Hi, Per here, the Renaissance Man. This video is about making things in the garden with rebars, welding it together and making, call it art or functional things that you can use in the garden. One of the first things I made here is some protection for some of the plants in the garden because we have a lot of deers around. Later on I'm also going to make a polytunnel or greenhouse out of rebar and some plastic foil that we normally put in the walls to protect against moisture. So this video is shot by the iPhone because it was not intended to make a video for YouTube, but hopefully it would work fine anyway. Yesterday I made gourmet food. Today I make sure that the deers do not get their gourmet food. So I'm gonna put some protection around some of the things in the garden that we don't want them to eat. Let's see if they don't like this or I need to put something more around it. I don't have any construction video, but here you can see I take some rebar and just bended them by hand. I made a drawing on my welding table, so I have something to bend them against to see that I had get a nice circle. I made 6 pieces identically and just welded them together 60 degrees in between. Later on I needed to add, you cannot see that in this picture, some horizontal bars all the way down in the bottom. These horizontal bars that I put down in the bottom help keeping the circle of a 6-sided square correctly when you put it into ground. So back to the video, there you can see how it looks like protecting the plants in the garden. This is the thing we want to protect, and in magnolia, and this is just to scare the deers away so we don't go and eat. But I believe that we probably need to put something around it. But now we have a nice start for a fence. Just gonna do some more of them. Here you can see I put some chicken wire around it. There is no chance that the deers would be scared just by the rebars. So it's around 1 meter high and hopefully they cannot reach in to eat the plants. And if you look carefully you can see the horizontal rebars I have welded in the bottom to keep the circle of a 6-sided square, if you want to put it that way. This way the size is maintained and the shape of it maintained, so it looks nice. The polytunnel or greenhouse that I decided to call it. Last year I made the wall out of rebar and just welded it together and covered it with 0.2mm plastic. It was a little bit of experiment just to get some wall to protect the plants and then get a little bit more of a heat inside. But also it was to check if the plastic would hold up for the summer and also the winter time, or if it just gonna degenerate by the UV lights and the wind share it into pieces. But it turned out it went very well. So I decided to make the roof. There are gonna be some short videos about it. Also with rebars, I bended the steel by hand again because I don't have any fancy tools, and just welded it together. And you can see it's not perfect since the wall is not perfect and the bending is not perfect, but it fulfilled its purpose. So it turned out really good. So check the videos and get some inspiration. Hi. My wife, my honey, wanted a greenhouse, and I started last year making the walls and it worked out fine. So now I'm welding a roof and I just put normal plastic on top of it. So I think it goes well. So I have welded all these arches on, and I'm gonna just put in some pins in between, so hopefully with a blue thick canvas on top we can have our furniture, outside furniture underneath this in the winter time, so the snow will
roll off and not bend down too much. I hope, at least. So, quite easy task. Some steel bars, welding, nice weather. Cannot be better. Now I'm welded and done. So a nice roof, and just put some plastic on top, so it's a cheap, good greenhouse for my wife's plants. So hopefully it's going to survive during winter time as well. So waiting for tomorrow, just going to clean up, put the welder back in, and tomorrow put some plastic on, and I hope I have enough nice new plastic to put on. See you then. So, hi again. The welding was done last weekend, and the skeleton to my, I think the proper English word is Polytunnel, or greenhouse, or call it what you like. Poor man's version of a greenhouse, and I think it's gonna turn out great. So I'm gonna put one more plastic sheet over here and create some kind of doors or whatever we can fix here. So I'm rather happy. It turned out good. So just figure out a way to lock the plastic in place down here, but I have an idea. So let's see. So the greenhouse is done. And it even has a little door. So, come in. So, what is good with this one is that it's quite easy to move if you have a welding equipment. You just cut it to a couple of pieces, take it with you, and you're all done. And it's cheap. I think we spent maybe maximum 150 euros on this. Absolutely maximum. And you can get things cheaper than that. And it's environmental friendly plastic. You can get it everywhere. If you don't want it anymore, it's not much material. Steel that you can reuse for some garden art, and the plastic, use it for something else. So I'm quite happy. It's really good. Nice and cozy. Perfect. And I hope it's gonna survive as well, the wind. So keep fingers crossed, and see you in the next project.